Well, making news in the pandemic, Missouri residents still have time to register for the state's drive-through vaccination clinic at the Grandview High School this weekend. Well, on Saturday, the National Guard expects to give out at least 2,200 doses. The event's open to any Missourian over the age of 16, but to get an appointment, you have to first register with the state's vaccine navigator. We have that link for you at KMBC.com. Well, about 1,100 vaccine appointments went unfilled after a mass vaccination event in Douglas County on Wednesday. Well, the health department is set up at the county fairgrounds for drive-up Pfizer shots. Well, they were hoping to give out thousands of doses, but just didn't have the demand they'd hoped for, forcing organizers to keep a close eye on how many doses they were removing from the freezers.
We really want to watch that so we don't end up with it already drawn and sitting on the table. So it's really a process of monitoring it throughout the day. Once we get to the end of the day, we won't have those extras, and so we don't have stuff thought out that won't get used. So we've not wasted a single dose.
Well, leftover doses will be used for the county's future clinics like the one this Friday. If you'd like to make an appointment, head to the county's website. And on the Missouri side, today is the last day for the vaccine clinic at Independence Center. You don't need an appointment. Crews will be there from 11 in the morning until 5 in the evening. It's run by the National Guard, and the Pfizer vaccine is being given out. Meanwhile, tomorrow is an important day in the state of Missouri. It is when every person over the age of 16 will be eligible to get vaccinated. And if you do want to sign up for the vaccine, just go to KMBC.com. We are trying to help you find the best option no matter where you live. Click the How to Get a Vaccine option to find how and where to sign up. Plus, you can see who is eligible. And meanwhile, we are tracking the coronavirus impact on both sides of the state line. Missouri's 7-day rolling average is at 500 compared to this time last week. In Kansas, the state has added 540 new cases since Monday. While the monthly positivity rate in Kansas is at 2.8%, in Missouri, the positivity rate is at 4.5%. Well, it's decision day in Blue Valley schools after a virtual hearing about the district's mask policy. Well, the talks happened online Wednesday morning for Tuesday's meeting. Tuesday's meeting was canceled when one of the attendees refused to wear a mask. Now, online yesterday, a Blue Valley parent spoke to the school board members about why the mask mandate should end. She says that masks create communication barriers between students and their teachers.
I hear regularly, follow the science. What is the science? What study supports that masked children prevents the spread of COVID-19 better than unmasked children in schools? I would like to trust that you are following the science by providing proof to support the mask mandate.
Well, the school board will announce its decision in a virtual meeting tonight at 5:30. Well, the CDC has new warnings about the highly contagious UK variant of the virus as cases rise again nationwide. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the latest from Washington.
New concerns this morning about that highly contagious UK variant, which the CDC now says is the most dominant strain of COVID in the U.S. Health experts fear it's helping fuel a fourth surge of the virus.
If you add on the fact that we have loosening restrictions, more people traveling, young people spreading it, and you have a more contagious variant, that is a setup for more outbreaks.
COVID hospitalizations are on the rise in at least 16 states. In Michigan, cases nearly tripling in the last 3 weeks. CDC teams now on the ground there, hospitals overwhelmed once again. Nearly half of the nation's new COVID cases are in just 5 states. Many of the patients, younger people who have yet to be vaccinated.
Hospitals are seeing more and more younger adults, those in their 30s and 40s, admitted with severe disease.
At one Wisconsin daycare, at least 16 children under the age of 6 tested positive for the UK variant this week, along with more than a dozen daycare workers and family members.
I think we're kind of all stunned by the news.
Health experts say vaccines are still effective against the variant, making the race to vaccinate even more urgent. 38 states have now opened vaccine eligibility to anyone over age 16. And with the pace of vaccinations ramping up, the director of the CDC telling ABC's Dr. Jen Ashton she's hopeful kids will be back in school this fall.
I really hope a decreased number of cases that we should anticipate come September 2021, that schools should be full-fledged, in person, and all of our children back in the classroom.
And a new survey from the Department of Education found 46% of public school students are being offered full-time in-person learning. However, the vast majority are still at home during virtual schooling for at least part of the week. And Kansas Governor Laura Kelly says that she thinks it'd be a bad call for the state not to expand Medicaid after the very latest offer from Washington. Kelly visited the Health Partnership Clinic in Olathe yesterday. More than half the folks they treat do not have insurance. Kelly says Washington is offering Kansas another $250 million to expand the program on top of paying 90% of the first year cost.
The federal government is making it even dumber than before to not expand it. You know, we have left billions of dollars on the table.
And Kelly wants to pay for the state share by starting medical marijuana. Lawmakers have not approved it just yet.